Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good, and I hope this pandemic is not harsh for you, and I hope you are staying safe with the families and relatives. You're having a good time. I hope you all are having a good time. Anyway, today's video is about the impact of this lockdown. um when I say impact, we're not gonna talk about only the negative impact. We're gonna talk about the positive impact also. First of all, the negative impact is the uh, sudden changes and unusual changes happening in your lifestyle and in your mental health. For example, you don't get enough space, you don't get enough privacy, you don't get, I mean, the usual routine that you used to have when you were living alone. That is like the negative impact. And the uh, positive impact is that you got the chance to uh, build up your bond with your family members. I mean, some on the when you were making your career and all, when some of us don't even got the time to bond up with our family members. So this pandemic, this lockdown is actually giving us the full opportunity to uh, bond with our family members, to bring a stronger relationship among the family members. So it's like the positive side of this coronavirus lockdown. But yeah. And again, coming back to the negative impact, see, we just can't expect all these wants or needs, I mean, or the usual things that we were doing when we were staying alone. We can't expect all those things to happen the same at home when we are staying at home. But it's just that there needs to be some mutual understanding between from our side and also from our family members side. So there need to be some mutual understanding, right? So um, that is the things he's gonna talk about. And I mean, we have a guest, okay, Janvi Gogoi is gonna talk about that, and she's gonna give you some experience uh, and information. I mean, yes, information about this, positive information about this impact of this lockdown. Yeah, okay. Mm, so I won't be taking lots of time. Let us hear out from Janvi Gogoi. Welcome back to my channel, Janvi.
Yeah. Hi, this is Johnny B. Gogoi. I'm Dinah senior, and I was senior in her college. And recently, we got in touch and we started talking about, this lockdown and pandemic and its effects, its impacts on like us, like especially the students who had to go back home in their, like, I think it was the midsem or the annuals, and I think the final semester was about, their final exams were over, about to come up, but all of them, they had to go back home. And it was so sudden, it was like very sudden, not only for us, like not only for the students, but for our parents, like all the working class people, and even the people who stays at our houses, our grandparents and lots of our relatives. So every, like all these people, they had and I'm sure they had, so they had different kinds of the lockdown had different kind of impacts on them. And like Dinah and we were discussing about, for students, like for us, like who have been staying for out for so long, like even I was staying out for like, it's exactly 5 years I've been staying in Delhi. And it was so sudden for me, like we had to travel back. And the change was not, not very adjustable and acceptable at the beginning, but of course it was the right thing to do. We had to come back. And it was very difficult at the beginning, like I think it's still difficult for some of us who are staying at home, after a long time, like long time, and we are really facing problems, coping up with like staying, as a joint family together. We do not have our own spaces, and the life we were living outside, it was very different, like very different. Our timetables, our sleeping schedule, our eating schedule, everything was different. And of course we cannot expect that at home. Like we have our parents, and we have lots of family members, like not only me, like all of us. So, and we have been hearing like lots of cases regarding depression, and people trying to cope up with their with the ongoing situation. And it's very difficult. I have been contacting lots of my friends, and I was taking their opinions because of this, because of for this video. And like I got to know like both the positive and the negative impact. So like, however, most of them had some really negative impacts, but I really felt good. Like some of us are even feeling better, because we are trying to bond with our parents after so long, because we hardly come back home for, we stay at home for more or less like hardly more than 10 days or like that. So now it's like, for me, it's almost been like 3 months now. It's about to be 4 months, right? So yeah, like we are bonding, like the bond which we had like when we were in school, or even before that, like some of us went to boardings and stuff. So yeah, slowly I think like the bond with our parents or with our grandparents, it was somewhere lost in between our hectic lives, and now it's coming back on track. So like I'm really happy for that. Like we are doing lots of stuff. I've been seeing people's IG stories, and lots of posts on Facebook and stuff. So I really like that, like people are doing arts and dance, their hidden talents which they had left when they were about to give boards, when they were in 12th. And like after we went back for our universities and colleges, like we have left some of our stuff, like interest. Now we are getting back on them. That's a very like that's the plus point of this lockdown and this quarantine. And but along with that, we have to see like people, the students, the final year students, like they're forced to apply, appear for the online examination, the whole new system. And those who do not have smartphones and stuff, they are also going very depressed, and they're not happy. They're not happy with the whole situation. Half the like 90% of the country is not happy with the situation, not only because of the coronavirus, but also the sudden changes in our lifestyle, in our daily lifestyle. Even like when we talk about the students who are appearing and who are going to appear online examination, it's very difficult. Like some of them might like it, some of them might not. But I have seen like most of the people in my town, like they are facing difficulties. Like half the there's a strata of people like who cannot afford these smartphones, or they cannot afford the internet connection. The connection is not good in be it my place or somewhere in the other places. But yeah, we have to see all these all these criterias. So the whole examinations plus a different lifestyle for these, like for more than 3-4 months. And not having your own space, you do not get time to even introspect about your own life and career and job, whatever is coming up. Like it's very difficult. I have seen that. I have seen it with my friends. Like I felt it by myself. So yeah, like we can say that we like this whole lockdown and the whole crisis, it has both positive and negative impacts. But like as per my point of view, like I would be really saying that it has lots and lots of like negative impact. Be it like mental illness, be it the sudden change in our social lifestyle, be it about be it about money, be it about the supply of food, supply of food, and the changes the government is bringing amidst this lockdown and the whole pandemic situation, which the media is focusing on. There are lots of stuff which are going on, and most of us are not happy, and the only thing that is like the most highlighted one is like the depression students are going through. Not only depression, not only students, sorry, even the people who were working, and now the one who are isolated in their house, who do not have their someone, who do not have someone who they could talk to. So it's very difficult. It's being very difficult for them to cope up with. So yeah, I think I would be ending this here only, and that was my viewpoint. Even when I was talking to Dinah, even we had this some common thought. That's why we thought that it was like really necessary to bring out all these things, like which, like all of us deep down inside are not not able to say someone, or are only sharing with our friends. So I think like the elder generation, they need to know the importance of giving space, the importance of the lifestyle we lead there. We lead in different places. Like, things are not same, things are supposed to be different. And I think even we need to understand the fact that, yeah, like, things won't be same if we are home. So I think the only thing we can do right now is be strong, and like just get over with this whole situation, like very courageously. Yeah, and, I think that's all. Yeah, thank you. Okay.